Hello and welcome back to The Letter. And I guess something important's gonna happen with Rose, and I think Marnie? I don't know. Can't. Miss Claudia? I don't even know. So anyways, also, I realize I've been recording quite a while because it is almost midnight as of this recording. So anyways, when she has finally ran out of things to complain about and stops, what she says next still has none of what I'm hoping to hear from her. Just a quick mumbled plea for me to meet the rights interior designer in her stead. And
anyway, I'll leave it to you. Bye. Thanks.
Okay. Classic Rose, she ends the call without even asking me for my input. Oh, did we just leave him? Okay. Now we got an update of today, I imagine, basically. The sky is cloudless and in the noontime sun is beating down on the hard concrete when we leave the cafe. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a fickle mood or make them vulnerable, catching something. No wonder we have staff members going AWOL lately, not to mention my boss' peculiar moods. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather pack. For all the grips about the unpredictable weather, though, the streets of Luxembourg remain constantly busy. The hurried tapping of shoes against the pavement and insane chatter coming from the lunchtime crowd fill the humid afternoon air. Small reminder of the things we still have to do, regardless how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back to bright reality, for me. Back to meeting with a magazine publisher featuring luxury houses, and Becca to her lesson plans about books at home. But more than once, I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed on a shop window. Does she want to buy something? Maybe I could get it for her this Christmas. I turn my head at the last shop she checked out. A fleeting glimpse, the world stills. Oh shit! No one sees it! She looks at me, eyes hollow, gazing piercing, boring into my very soul, like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. There are no shadows or whispers this time, only a plea. A hum low and instinctive, compelling me, beckoning me, intent on dragging me to the void beyond the glass. I don't dare move. My heart hammers against my ribs. Each beat, every thump, screaming at me to look away, makes a run for it. I realize, in fact, I'm recording this, so Leia and I'm going to probably have no ability to go to sleep. Maybe that's why I'm not Derek, because I'm terrified of sleep right now. But I can't. I couldn't. All my limbs feel heavy, while my own breathing strains on the face of her calls.
Leave me alone.
No one notices this! Her mouth is stretched in a grin, wide and unpleasant. Panic building up in my chest, forcing me to take a tentative step back. Hold on. I'm gonna have Z ready, in case I need to do something very fast right now. Trying to stare at the decaying flesh, the blood streaming from the gaping wounds on her arm, her nailless fingers. And nailless toes, mind you. I don't want this. Not like this. Not sure I got what I want for Papa.
No, stop. Leave me alone.
Her face contours and she lets out a wail, sharp and utterly unforgiving. Rage. There's only hatred and bitterness. That's the very notion of turning away from her is an offense in itself.
Please! I don't want this!
Before I knew it, I'm stumbling backward, my throat hoarses from screams I didn't even notice already coming out of my mouth. Back of my feet catches on a loose stone, sending me sprawling on the ground. Resulting pain completely jolts me out of the haze blurring my mind. For a little, my surrounding appears unfamiliar until Becca's face swims into my vision. The concern is on her face, and her hands are gripping my arms tight. Even Zach appears beside himself with worry while he stands behind her, acting as a shield against a small crowd of onlookers already forming around.
What happened?
Bella, you okay?
Mouth opens, closes, but nothing comes out. The words refuses to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet the forbidding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground. My weakened limbs relying slowly on reflex and muscle memory. Something icy has made its home in the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up anything to get the wretched sensation out.
You are screaming! Zach, call someone! No, don't. I'm good. I'm good. I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later.
Careful. Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zach, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
That's not good. Oh wait, this updated now? What? Hold on, is that gonna show? It is! Oh no! Yeah, I attempt to smile to put her at ease, but it likely comes off as a grimace. Gently, I pushed her hands off my shoulder. My knees are still trembling, but I can stand. Leave. Leave me. Stay away. Away. The humidity is stiffening. Everyone stares at are unnerving, and Beck and Zach's concerns are suffocating. I don't want to be here. No more. Break into a run. No, it's gonna have followed her. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. Here was only the occasional drips of water on the sink and the wearing of the fan blades to keep me company. It's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking. Being with the clutter to me company, but even with the clutter to me company, the room still feels a whole lot bigger than usual. I get my knees closer as a group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there was a way to turn everything out to keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her. Her scream, her awkward gait as she reaches for me. Her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for enough. That's enough. Shiver passes over me, though it's not from the hair still hanging damp against my back, nor the draft that enters the room from the windows I've left wide open. My gaze shifts over the letter sitting at the coffee table. It is fluttered God damn it. Hold on, sorry. Okay. It flutters oh my god, I can't speak. Incoherently as the wind touches it. Funny how an ordinary looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. The impulse to throw it away or rip it to pieces is still there. Easily do it, but after that, what? Will she leave me? About those people who have already seen it, will they be okay? Because it just says to send to 5 people. We've not actually sent it to anyone. Only shown. This uncertainty gnaws at me. Knowing that she's real, I might also go after people I care about. I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. Oh. No. I'm worried of who it is. The abrupt breaks into silence. Nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly, I fish out my phone under this mess, papers and cushion where I've carelessly thrown it before taking a shower hours ago. Oh, Zach! Memes flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling because of this afternoon? Frankly, it's the last thing I want to discuss, but I did leave the two of them without saying anything. Knowing Zach, I bet he's worried.
Hey, Zach.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you're not gonna pick up.
Sorry, it took me a while to find my phone.
No worries. You game tomorrow?
Sure? I don't recall making plans with Zach for the weekend.
Did I forget something?
Remember that guy I told you about? Back in the movies?
The priest.
For the blessing?
Why? Because we already sold... Wait, no, because we still have a week to sell it. So it should be fine to still enter
Does
back,
it ring a
right?
bell?
Oh, right. I did say that, but I didn't think he'd actually go through the trouble, especially after what happened with this film. Sometimes I forget how kind Zach can be.
Yeah, I remember. Is he fine with it?
My friend doesn't mind. We're lucky he's not busy. So, Tomorrow. He'll meet us at the mansion.
Okay. Sorry for the trouble, Zach.
Hey, no problem. I'm the one who suggested it to begin with.
I guess.
Well, this afternoon you did surprise us. Never seen you scream like that. You scared the hell out of Rebecca.
I guess I owe you a lot for this, huh?
Nah, we're cool. You had us worried. But I know you'll tell us about it eventually.
If they believe.
I just want to make sure you're doing well. You left all of a sudden and you're not answering any of our calls.
He's trying to get me to talk. Normally, I tell him I'm fine. Say a few simple reassurance put their minds at ease. Now, no, nothing will form. Can't bring myself to say anything. He seems to have sensed my hesitation because he immediately changed the subject.
Anyway, I gotta go. I left something on the stove before making this call.
Oh, okay.
Just soup. But it'd be embarrassing if I burnt soup.
I doubt it. Ashton, on the other hand.
Remind me to tell you about what he did with the pressure cooker next time.
God damn it, what'd he do?
Oh, damn, it overflowed! Really need to get going. Bye, Bella.
He hangs up before I could thank him. Busy tone, though, muffled, echoes through the receiver. No one's saying this will work, even I'm doubtful it will. But right now, I'll take anything. Anything to get out of this nightmare. And journal's updated, which is probably the thing that just happened now. Oh, I imagine this would be different if we chose Ashton and whoever the other guy was. So that's who we're gonna meet. Okay. Sleep comes easier tonight, and for the first time in a long time I dream. Clear skies of unrestrained laughter from children playing in the streets, and a small cramped dwellings. To an outsider, the sight does not paint a pretty picture. However, this is home to me. October 23rd, Sunday. So morning dawns, bright and clearing the following day. I'm just checking on time. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Zach's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. So I imagine we're going to see that ghost more often later. When 9 AM rolls around, I'm already on my way to the Ermengarde Mansion. To think that I'd have to go back again. I'd be lying if I say I'm excited. I don't have to anymore. Rose happily gave me paperwork duty when I volunteered. We're on the last phase of the sale, too. Well, almost. Paper to sign, documents finalized, various other legalities settled with the current owner, and all that still. Never mind that. Its new owners want everything done in the week. Process typically takes more than that. They want done, well, we'll get it done. I really don't understand rich people, but money can do wonders. Won't be surprised if they'll be able to push the process just a little more. Like what they did to secure the house. The point is, I'm under no obligation to return to the house anymore. Running is an option, of course. I can now move to another property and forget everything. However, at the end of the day, it's always my conscience that wins. What if something happens to those who have seen the letter? Ash, Zach, Beck, Miss Cullig, and the Wrights. The guilt will follow me to my grave. The mansion looms as we approach. Whispers welcoming me back. Shadows calling. Oh, this is the last time. No, it's not. Okay, they are engaged in a quiet conversation when I find them in the mansion's front gardens. But even with familiar company, it's impossible to feel at ease here. No matter who I'm with, the feeling being watched is there. The very place itself is aware of its trespassers. Zach, on the other hand, doesn't seem to notice. Or he simply doesn't care, or he's already used to it. I can never tell with them. Sometimes he's almost as hard to read as Ash. Almost. At least Zach doesn't ask for as much patience as dealing with Ash does, and that says plenty about him. Miracle of miracles, how the two have ended up the best of friends. He waves at me as I approach, true to his promise. Zach has also brought his friend with him, Father Norman. Somehow I expect him to look older.
Oh, don't be surprised. They say people who have found their calling are getting younger these days.
Sorry, Father. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
Oh.
No offense taken. Though I admit I'm a bit surprised. I didn't think someone would ask this house to be blessed after all these years.
Well, after what happened, yeah, we need all help we could get.
You've heard of it, Father?
In passing, the occasional rumors and talk by the locals, nothing new. You don't spend years serving the church here without hearing a random hearsay here and there.
You never mentioned what you thought of those, Father.
Ah, but he who goes down to the grave does not come up. He shall never return to his house, nor shall his place know him any more.
But what I saw...
May not be what you think. It depends entirely on what you mean by it. If you're talking about spirit beings, angels, demons, then yes. Are we talking about the spirits of people who have departed? The word makes it clear that once the deceased has left us, they are gone. But of course, I didn't come here to bore you with a lecture.
Of course, Father.
It was enlightening, Father. Thank you.
Just remember that a God who loves his children would never let them linger once the time comes.
That's what my papa often tells me.
Your father must be a good man. He raised you well, no doubt. Well then, shall we?
Nope.
Regardless of what it is, I'm sure the mansion's new owners would appreciate such sincere intentions. From a stranger, no less.
He let Zack and I walk ahead. A relief this way he won't see how tightly I'm clenching the straps of my back. Father Norman's probably trying to put me at ease. The worry, the cold, restless, foreboding feeling is starting to lodge itself into my stomach, making its presence known with every step we take towards the house.
You okay?
I'm worried it's gonna be bad. Like these are creeps. How's this go? I think that went up? Or I think that's just neutral. I have no clue what. I can't tell if that went up or went down. Because it was such a small difference. Wait a sec. Hold on. We go back to relationship. Yeah, we can't click on them yet. But we can at some point, though. It's just there. Kinda implores a silent appeal. I'm not sure if he's doing it consciously. Another breeze blows and I try not to shiver. Try not to listen to the voice that may or may not be there.
Ugh, this place really gives me the creeps.
It doesn't seem more than an ordinary house to me, though. Damn, I should have brought my camera with me. I saw a few areas that'd be good for a shoot.
Well, you should have taken it.
You think the new owners will allow it?
Just long no one knows.
Shh! What if you catch something? Or someone in one of the pictures?
Then it'd help fortify you're not fucking crazy.
It just means they want to be seen, doesn't it?
Don't ask for it!
Take a look? No,
It's
no.
not like we can stop them if they do.
You're really not helping, Zack.
All right, sorry. Don't worry. I don't think whatever's inside this house will do anything.
I don't know about that.
I'm here, yeah? I'll take care of them. Or I think I can.
You're not that scary, but thanks. I'll be sure to run behind you if I see one.
Ridiculous talk, though the temporary reprieve it lends is more than welcome. Probably saw that whole sentence. He offers me a small smile in return. Least he could do. And with a slight motion of his head, he gestures for us to move ahead, while my own fears are left forgotten for the time being. Things inside my back clatter softly against each other, while I rummage for the keys to the mansion. I'm sure I heard the telltale jiggling by now, but didn't I put it in my bag last night? Seconds later, I'm sitting on my heels, and one after another, I'm taking out everything from every pocket, every slip. It'll pain me to put everything back there, but I'm sure it's just under these... nothing. Oh man, all the times to
Is
forget.
something the matter?
No, I'm sorry, Father. I think I left the key.
Not use coming up with excuses, and right after they're both taking the time to go this far from the city. With every sigh, I grab the door handle to pull myself up, a string of apologies ready at the tip of my tongue.
Careful, Bella!
We've spoken with the current owners. Well, technically, you're not yet the owners, but
Well, what a... Speak of the devil. The brief moment of confusion. Then I'm falling. Momentary at the door swinging open, holding back first into the mansion's foyer, where I can make sense of what's happening.
Ow, 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 my back.
What the? Isabella?
Oh my god. Oh, that's not good. Shit. No time to nurse my bruised back or make up excuses because the next thing I know is Zach's gently pulling me up right by my arm. Rose looks down at me with a mixture of apprehension and something I couldn't quite place. I'd say it's a relief, but... she's good going, Isabel, right after you volunteered to work on the papers. Standing behind her...
Ma'am Hannah! Mr. Wright!
Oh, Isabel. We always meet in the most interesting circumstances.
Do we...
A complete understatement, darling. What are they doing in my house?
Abruptly, he waves his hand at Zach and Father Norman like their presence is a slight against them.
I thought you said you wanted to do paperwork duty. What are you doing here?
Like a deer caught in the headlights, unfair Rose, that's putting me on the spot. And it leaves me no other choice but to answer.
The reason why I'm here?
Oh,
Well, spit it out, Lily. We don't have all day.
I'm just here to make sure everything is fine before you move in.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. You said I'll go to hell if I lie. I likely will after this, but there's no other way. While it is entirely a lie, I am here to make sure no one disturbs them after they move in. Just so happens that what I'm checking for and trying to drive away is paranormality.
The house appears impeccably fine to me.
Mr. Wright shifts his eye around a careful manner as if he's looking for faults in every crevice of the house. Grin on his face, though, when he returns his attention to me is similar to what my Kyoya Jordan had often given me when he was old. Okay. So the grin on his face when he returns his attention to me is similar to what my Kyoya Jordan had often given me when he was up to something. Usually a scare prank that inevitably ended in me crying. I never did forget the way my brother sneered at me then. Part of me thinks that perhaps if I hadn't been the object of his mischief in childhood, I would have grown a little braver.
Come on, little Lily. Lying doesn't do that cute little face any justice.
Damn it.
I'm a very patient man. Now, why are you really here?
Right now the face of an almost identical expression, perhaps even crueler than what I'm used to. The lie I told falls apart.
The truth is I was just thinking we could have the house blessed before move-in day.
And why would we ever need to have this house blessed?
For luck and protection?
Is that gonna work? I shrink under his scrutinizing gaze for a second. I think that he'll start shouting at me. Not the mocking, jeering kind, but one wondering if he is hearing things right. I'd say he was amused, but I honestly couldn't understand what was so funny with what I just said. Was it really that weird? Wasn't it a custom here? I wish Becca could have... I wish Becca was here to explain stuff like this.
That's rich coming from you. When we saw Devlin Court, you didn't.
It's a small custom back home. I thought it would be nice to do something that would bring positive energy to the mansion since this place has been empty for years.
And the papers, Isabella? I hope you did those first before this.
Of course I did. It's almost done, in fact. But there are some items I still have to double check before finalizing everything. You know I don't sign without a thorough inspection. And well, this is what this is for too. I just thought it would be more efficient to do both at the same time.
Here I thought you didn't want to go back.
A job is a job, Rose. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then go ahead.
Okay.
No need to be so hard on her, Rosie. I personally think it's a nice touch.
I was actually thinking of the same thing, but you beat me to it.
Well, here we are. Totally not being paranoid right now.
Darling, Buttercup, please. You know these things don't work. No offense meant to the holy man, of course. That does not explain.
Oh, racism. Great. All of a sudden, there's an awkward silence that even Rose, of all people, seems reluctant to break. I feel like I might have to censor that, though, so I don't get in trouble. Although desire to do so is evident in the way her eyes nervously shift to Mr. Right. Meanwhile, Zach's grip on my arm suddenly tightened. He doesn't say anything further, but there's a conflicted look on him when I glance up. That's the face he makes only when he desperately wants to get someone a piece of his mind, but chooses not to do so. Mostly to avoid confrontation or fanning the flames to an argument. He has always been like this. Even among his own friends, he chooses to take a place-sitting stance by holding opinions of his own. Not that I wanted to say anything, I know Mr. Wright's a clam, but you can't just say that in front of other people, in front of Zach no less. If Ashton were here, I know he would stand for it. Neither do I. There was a reason why bullies back home never touched my younger brother again after I gave them a taste of their own medicine. Might be inches taller than me, but I'm pretty sure I could still land a hit or two. Maybe if only I'm not going to get in trouble with BRC for it, but before any punch can be thrown, Ma'am Hannah cuts it.
Lucille Mitchell Wright.
Ooh, okay. A voice too firm, demanding his complete silence.
What?
Instead of answering, she merely crosses her arm and shoots her husband a sharp, disapproving glare. That seems to have done the trick. He immediately shuts his mouth, but not before muttering a few inaudible words under his breath. Well, at least someone's telling him not to say that.
I'm sure she knows what she's doing, love. She got us the house, remember?
Also, I realized I did not read... Hold on. It's a good thing there's backlogged. He immediately shuts his mouth, not before muttering a few... At this, Ma'am Hannah could only sigh and roll her eyes, more than happy to get back to the topic at hand. Okay.
Who knows what a little positive vibe can do? It could even give us what we've been eagerly waiting for all these years.
What would that be?
What have we been waiting for? I don't think I was ever informed of.
Nothing you should worry about right now. Anyway, we've still got a few things we need to discuss with Rosie here. Over lunch? I hope you don't mind, Isabel. We'd love to take you with us, but... Oh, no. Go ahead, ma'am. This'll take time. That's why there's 2 of us working on this.
More like 3. I guess 2 as in Rose. Yeah, never mind. Rose looks like she's about to murder someone, probably. At least she won't have to stay in a haunted property. She's getting the better end of the deal if anyone's going to ask me.
Oh, wonderful. I hope the next time the 3 of us meet, it'll be over a closed deal, Of course, ma'am. Please look forward to it.
How long are we going? Almost there. Okay. Rose hurriedly hands me the keys to the house before leaving, mouthing reminders to secure the place and harmless threats for throwing her under the bus. I return with a reassuring smile of my own, even if she's the one who often forgets. Sheesh. Just like that, gone just as quickly as they appeared, fleeting from one scene to the next, leaving me wondering if this is simply what's typical for the rich and famous. If so, I'd rather stay with my rundown apartment or our little shack back home. There's still joy in the small things, after all. Oh, and the whole thing, Jane. May this house be blessed. Okay. That's this big, actually... I think it's about time I end the video for now, because I know there's going to be way more stuff that's going to happen. So if you guys enjoyed the video, go with the like or up button. If you want to see what will happen next, maybe we might die, or something's going to happen with Father Normid, whatever the name was again. Go to the subscribe or follow button to be notified of the next video or anything I make. Got anything to say it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Comrades.
Oh,